God bless you, Brother Jonathan. In this opportunity, we are going to talk about how can the greenhouse gases and global warming damage society's well-being and nature. I will explain its definition, its function, and the main difference about both terms. And Nahum will explain its causes, its problems, and the science solutions. So, without further ado, let's begin! At the present time, society's well-being and nature has been seriously affected by the greenhouse effect and global warming. The only one who is responsible about everything related to it are we, humans. We have made a lot of houses, causing deforestation. We have contaminated a lot of oceans, lakes, and rivers, causing the death of many species. And we also produce a big quantity of harmful gases through cars, buses, tractors, and other types of transportation, contaminating the earth and the atmosphere. These are just some factors and causes of the greenhouse effect and global warming. But before the greenhouse effect on society and nature is discussed, it is mandatory to define its term and specify its function. Probably the first thing that comes to your mind when it comes to talk about the greenhouse effect is that it is something harmful and the human being provoked it. But according to NASA, the greenhouse effect is the way in which heat is trapped close to Earth's surface by greenhouse gases. These gases can be thought of as a blanket wrapped around Earth, keeping the planet closer than it would be without them. In other words, the greenhouse effect is the responsible to permit a certain quantity of ultraviolet rays, and the rest of it is reflected back into the space in order to balance the Earth's temperature. With the definition provided, we can conclude that this effect is helpful instead of harmful. It is natural rather than human-made. But why is it causing too much problems nowadays? The answer of it is that humans make a lot of things that have considerably damaged the environment and provoked global warming. And also, talking about global warming, some people have confused it with greenhouse effect and vice versa. We have to define these terms in order to find the main difference. According to National Geographic, global warming describes the current rise in the average temperature of Earth's air and oceans. This means that global warming is the rise of heating of Earth's surface, and it is observed since the pre-industrial period between 1850 and 1900s due to human activities, primarily fossil fuel burning, which increases heat-trapping greenhouse gas levels in Earth's atmosphere. So the main difference between greenhouse effect and the global warming is that one is natural, the greenhouse effect, and the other one is man-made, global warming. As I mentioned before, it all started with the Industrial Revolution, when factories appeared, transportation was being improved, among other things, causing the increase in greenhouse gases to these days. Some of those gases include water vapor, methane, carbon dioxide, chlorofluorocarbons, and nitrous oxide. Now, my partner Nahum will explain its causes, will exhibit some problems that this gives, and science solution with science role.
So we're talking about the causes. What are the causes from the greenhouse effect? Well, some causes that we can know is the consumption of non-renewable energy. Well, the destruction of ecosystems, that is deforestation talking about. Why? Why deforestation? Well, good question. Deforestation is because we need trees to get out the carbon dioxide that we have in the earth. So then you have transportation and fossil combustions that we usually have because of our cars, which of course, this of course because using coal and natural gas. Well, when we try and we know about this, we don't want to harm the environment. No, but we need to use these things. But these things cost the greenhouse effect. That are the mainly reasons. But we need to know that we can use other ways of this energy or these types of things, and we will not affect the environment. Well, we need to know that also these bad things that we're talking about can cause us bad things to us. That is about asthma, this is rhinosinusitis, allergies, among others diseases that you can have about this greenhouse effect. So we need to know this. It's important. Well, we have this problem, obviously, but we have solutions, and this is the mainly thing that we need to focus in. So I'm going to talk about some solutions that you can apply, and if we apply this as a collective way, we're going to solve the problem. And we're going to talk more about what is the science role, what is doing science to solve this problem. I'm going to say it right now. Recycle. Well, this is the first step. Instead of throwing trash, you can transform it and recycle and use it for other things. Then shift into renewable energy. This means that we're using non-renewable energy, and if we use renewable energy, it will help a lot the environment. Then flushing out coal, a really good one. Change to electric cars because the combustion fossil is affecting our environment. To promote ecological awareness, this can help a lot. Then to reduce the consumption of meat. I don't know, this is interesting, but this really have a lot of consequences about the meat. Is interesting. The new waste valuable energy, use it really well, just in the things that you need it and you really need it. Then to consume ecologic products, important to consume things that are going to be ecologic is going to help our environment and we're not damaging. So that is the main things that you can apply and me to have as a collective way, and we can have a solution. But as is some things that we can apply as persons. So to sum up, what is the science role? What is doing? Good question. So here we go. Science role is to deeply study more about greenhouse effect. What are the main causes, the main consequences in human and in the environment? So science is trying to understand more, trying to study more about all this topic, the greenhouse effect, and to show some answers that we can apply. So science role is trying to diminish this phenomenon, trying to know new ways of renewable energy, trying to be more ecologic and having more ecological products, recycle, and more about the solutions science is trying to apply it. So to sum up, the greenhouse effect is a natural phenomenon that helps to balance Earth's temperature, and the responsible to damage it is the humankind by overexploiting the resources that God gave us as human beings. So we need to understand what God gave us, and we need to cover and protect that main thing that is on earth. So I want to remember Genesis 1:28 and says, and God blessed them, and God said to them, be fruitful and multiply and replenish the earth and subdue it, and have dominion over the fish of the sea and over the bowl of the earth and over of every living thing that moveth upon the earth. So this caused many problems in us as human beings, but we need to protect our environment because that is the main thing that God gave us as humans. So we need to take care and to love each other. Really take care about our environment. That is really important. It's not just for us, it is for you, your sons, and all the people that are going to come to this earth. So take care, because the best solution is going to begin with you.